as equally as they possibly can.
All right, MRA will have the football to start this ball game. They'll play 6-minute quarters in this game. This is the 5th grade championship game. Russ Robinson along with William Griffin. Justin Smith down on the field. And here comes MRA swinging wide, and they're going to get some room on this play. And finally, well, he turns around. He's going to come back the other way, and he's going to shake loose some tackles, and he's got some room, and he's got one man to beat. Let's see what he does. He is headed toward the end zone, and he's going to get in there, and MRA scores on the first play of the ball game. And William, he came to the right side, and before he went out of bounds, he stopped and said, I'm going to go back the other way.
Well, I think that's what happened. I think they ran the speed sweep to the left side of the formation, and the First Pres kids hemmed him up on the sideline over on the left side, but instead of going out of bounds, they all just kind of let up, and he cut it back across the green and was able to run everybody to the end zone, so he takes it 70 yards on the first play of scrimmage, and MRA is up 6-0 with the extra point coming.
And, of course, with extra point, as you mentioned, William, no kicking in the game, and so the MRA Patriots will come up to the line to try to get the point after. As you mentioned, it's 6-0. They'll go with a power I left. They'll snap the ball. And hang on, we got a whistle here.
Yeah, I think it's legal procedure maybe.
Justin, I would ask you, did the young man not step out of bounds? He just came all the way to the end, and he didn't step out of bounds, did he?
No, he didn't, Russ. That was just like you're playing Xbox NCAA or Madden on the PlayStation, and you just hit the spin button, and he just spun and cut back inside, and he just went basically from sideline to sideline, and he was gone.
So you have the option in this league. You don't kick extra points. And they were going for one, I think, which was spotted at the 3-yard line. Now the ball is backed up, and I don't know if they've got to go for one still or whether this is automatic two. We'll find out when the referee tells us.
All right, here's the snap to the quarterback, and he's going to roll to his right. Has a man out in the flats. Can they get to him in time? And
they do.
They do. Good gang tackling down there by First Pres.
So 6-0. MRA scores on the first play, but a good job by the Crusaders of stacking him up on the extra point that was aided by the 5-yard illegal procedure penalty.
Benjamin Bays in on that stop for First Pres. First Pres in white shirts tonight with blue numerals, while MRA in dark blue, trimmed in white numbers.
And the coaches tonight for the blue team, First Pres, the head coach is Ferris Brown. Charles Galloway is one of the offensive assistants on this team, and he'll be the head coach in the next game. Jason Brooks and Casey Younger, and of course, many of you remember Casey Younger, All-American defensive tackle over at Millsaps College back a couple of years ago, a very prominent lawyer these days.
Here we go. We'll turn around and hand it off inside, and a nice hole and a spin move.
Number 12 for the Crusaders.
I think maybe 13.
13, that'd be Will Gibbs.
Yep, Will Gibbs will be one running back. Eli Birch will be the other, and the two tight ends will be Shelby Stovall and Will Burnham. You're watching this game tonight on FNUTL.com, Friday night, UnderTheLights.com, and also JacksonPrepSports.com, and we're glad to have you with us. 5:10 to go in this first quarter.
Would that be the same Shelby Stovall?
That would
from
be
the commercial?
That would be he. He took a time out from his busy commercial-making schedule to put on a football uniform.
Isn't technology wonderful, Russ?
Wonderful
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams when you were at MC, think you would be doing a First Pres championship game over at Jackson Prep?
No, I did not. It will be one of the highlights on my list of games that I've done.
I'm honored to do this game.
Absolutely. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off. And swinging wide is Will Purvis, trying to get to the outside, cuts inside of a block and gets about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. And William, it's just the speed play, the speed sweep that you see Prep run and JA run and MRA run, and this is where they learn it.
That's right. And, Russ, on the offensive side of the ball for the Crusaders, you got George Pittman at right tackle, Thomas Wasson at right guard. Galloway is playing at the center, and Blake Martin playing left guard. Hayden McLeod playing left tackle. We'll let this play run here, and we'll give you the rest of the lineup for the First Pres Crusaders.
Second down and 5. Nice hole right up over center, and a good hole opened up that time by Galloway up front, and that allowed the running back Will Gibbs to sneak through there and make it a 3rd down and about 2.
Yeah, Chase Galloway, the starting center there, opened up a nice hole. Will Burnham is one of the wide receivers. Shelby Stovall, tight end. Benjamin Byes at tight end. Eli Birch at fullback. Will Gibbs at tailback. And Purvis is your quarterback, Will Purvis.
3 minutes, 39 seconds to go in this first quarter. They play 6-minute quarters in these games, so that's what makes that big, long touchdown run to open up the ballgame for MRA so important. I mean, they got on the board in a hurry. First Prez trying to answer right now. They'll send a man in motion right as Purvis, and it'll be the quarterback keeper on the play, and he'll have the first down.
Good job.
Nice play by Will Purvis on that play.
Again, the right side, the offensive line there, Watson and Crimes Pittman, or George Pittman, rather, son of Crimes Morgan Pittman, knocks them off the ball. They're able to pick up the first down. Crusaders ball at the 48-yard line of MRA.
Good drive going here. The Crusaders down by a score of 6-0 with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this first quarter. And the Crusaders will break the huddle. And we'll have a split backfield with a fullback in front, man in motion right, and they'll hand to him. He's got a blocker in front. 45, 40, still on his feet, 35, 30, and taken down from behind at the 29-yard line. A nice-looking run.
Will Burnham, number 27, on the speed sweep to the right side. Good job there, by the right side of the offensive Crusader line, blocking it off, walling it off, and he takes it down to the 29-yard line where the Crusaders will be in business, 1st and 10.
Well, I like the way and Justin, I'll get you to comment on this. I really like the way that First Pres is firing off the ball here offensively.
Yeah, Russ, this team, as you watch here, this First Pres team, you can tell it's well coached. As Mr. William talked about, you can see how these kids have been well coached here at First Pres.
They know the plays, that's for sure. Here they come. They're down 6-0 with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. First Pres on the move now, 1st and 10 from the 29 of MRA. Nice hole on the right side, and another good run by Will Gibbs, who is running in between, looks like
Wasson and Pittman.
Yeah, Wasson and Pittman.
And Chase Galloway. They found a good place on the right side of the offensive line and formation. We have an MRA player down.
That'll give us a chance to tell you with Mike Manning down on the field tonight, getting us the shots on the field from field level tonight. And Justin Smith, of course, giving us the reports down there. Chris Saxton is our producer tonight. And glad to have everyone with us here on Friday Night on the Lights.com.
Chris and I have had a busy day today.
You got to see Chris early, you go get to see him late.
That's right. We did the How Mummy show this morning.
That's right.
And we're doing this game tonight, and we got prep talk tomorrow night.
It just goes and goes. And look, in this ball game, I was mentioning everybody, we also probably have the only husband and wife camera people here tonight.
Think you can get any work out of them?
Probably not. Depends on if the food's good. But Michael King and his wife Krista will be handling the camera shots tonight. They may be the only camera crew in the conference that holds hands while they shoot. So.
Well, what can I say, Russ? I was at their wedding.
That's right. You spun the wax.
I spun the wax.
That's right. All right, it is 1:51 to go in the first quarter, and we certainly hope that this young man down on the carpet is all right for MRA. He's going to get up. And, a lot of times, William, when you get this age, you get your bell rung or you get the wind knocked out of you, and I think that's what the case is here.
Well, sometimes, Russ, it's just a matter of getting the wind knocked out of you, and sometimes not to make light of it because we hope that's really nothing serious, but sometimes it looks a little worse than it is at this age. Let's just leave it at that.
And feels a little worse.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so now the Crusaders have a 2nd down, and we'll call it 8 from the MRA 28, and they'll break the huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage now. Galloway will get over that football. And setting him down will be quarterback Will Purvis. Purvis turns. One-handed fake. Nice block on the left side.
Good run.
Good run by Purvis.
Good job there on the left side by Bays, Stovall, Burnham, McLeod, and Martin.
We're going to see it again, William, on the instant replay. Watch your left tight end over here, which I think is Stovall. Good block. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Good block by Shelby. he actually sealed off that corner, which allowed Will Purvis to get the big run.
Well, Shelby probably has been mentored a little bit at home, wouldn't you say?
I would say
Got
so.
two older brothers that probably beat him around a little bit, and he probably enjoys coming out here and be able to do the beating rather than getting beat.
It's probably a night off for him. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. First Pres down by a score of 6-0, but knocking on the door. They'll turn and hand it off, and this time MRA says, no, you don't.
Yep, nice play in the backfield there. Number looks like 51 for MRA shoots the gap and beats his man at the line of scrimmage.
Good-looking play by that young man. You know, this is where, William, when we've stressed this already, this is where you learn the game.
Well, it is, Russell. We'll talk about that more as this game goes on and as we get into the 6th grade game, because right now when you get these kids in the 5th grade, you go, how in the world? And we have a timeout. No, I guess they're going to run the quarter out.
So we'll end the first quarter with First Pres down by a score of 6-0 in this championship game. We will take a timeout and hear a word about First Presbyterian Day School, and we'll return for the second quarter in a moment.
In this day and age, so many parents have questions about education for their K through 6th graders. Should I homeschool or public school or even look at a Christian school? First Presbyterian Day School in Jackson will not only answer those questions, but you'll see that the heart of every child matters. The moment you walk in the door, you'll see uniformed students, well-equipped classrooms with just the right amount of classmates, teachers who love what they do and greet each child daily with a smile. Add to this a state-of-the-art science lab where your child will be challenged mentally while receiving the much-needed exercise time in the newly renovated outside playground and in the newly renovated gymnasium. Come see First Presbyterian Day School and see why so many parents depend on classes from the ABCs to Bible classes to a library that encourages learning. First Presbyterian Day School, conveniently located at 1390 North State Street in Jackson, where the heart of every child matters.
Welcome back to Jackson Prep. Russ Robinson along with William Griffin and Justin Smith. Mike Manning down on the carpet. And, William, we were talking about the fact that this is a learning situation in 5th grade. You want to win a championship, obviously. I mean, everybody does. But you've got to learn the game, and that's where these coaches are so important.
Well, it is, Russ. We're fortunate at First Pres. That's where I go to school, church, and that's where all of my kids went through there, and they had wonderful experiences over at Gary Herring, the headmaster, head of school. He runs a tremendous operation over there, and hats off to he and his staff and the faculty over there, which you have one of those as well.
I do. She's a faculty.
That's correct. But it's all about the learning, and the difference you'll see in these 5th graders up and through next year as 6th graders is like 180 degrees. I mean, you really don't think these kids can even pick the ball up when they come out. A lot of them. Some of them are natural athletes, but some of them don't, but they learn, and this is where it starts.
All right, First Pres will bring it up now. Second down and about 9. Purvis will set them down, and we've got a whistle, and we may have a delay of game here.
I think it's probably going to be encroachment on the defense,
okay.
So they get the yardage that was lost back, so it'll be second down and goal at almost the 5-yard line for the Crusaders.
I was going to say, Justin, do they have to they can go into the end zone without picking up a first down, correct?
Yes, they will not get a first down. They got to score. You're in red zone territory. First and goal, second and goal here.
All right, second down and goal for the Crusaders. One wide out to the right. Backs in the I backfield. Purvis turns, hands off. Nice hole on the right side, but MRA comes up and closes that hole in a hurry. And when we talk about learning, that time if he stays up inside, he's got room. If he bounces to the outside, they're going to catch up with him, and that's what they did.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Russ. He had a couple of more yards made down inside the 15-yard line, but wasn't able to keep it moving forward. He started trying to bounce it outside, and MRA's speed was just a little bit too much for him to overcome.
Those great field shots you're getting tonight. Mike Manning is taking those shots down there on the turf, so you're getting an up-close look at this Crusader team when they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down for the Crusaders And they will go with twin receivers to the left, one to the right. And I wonder if they'll throw the football here. Out of the shotgun, man in motion. They'll hand it to him.
Reverse.
It's going to be a reverse, and it's sealed off, blocked nicely, and a flag goes down as he goes down, and I think we're going to get a holding call here.
Yep, probably so. That came in the vicinity of where you would see a holding call. Now, be interesting to see if MRA backs them up on the hold or whether they take it and make it 4th down.
What do you think, Justin? You think they're going to get the holding call here?
Yeah, Russ, it looks like it's going to be a holding call.
Yeah, and it appeared that the hold was there after the reverse was set up.
Yeah, it actually was past the
right
behind the play. Kind of like the touchdown Ole Miss got called back Saturday night in Baton Rouge.
Way to put that in there.
Just had to mention that. I'm still licking my wounds. Yeah, they declined the penalty,
yeah,
so it's going to make
down.
Make it 4th down and about 6 yards to go for a touchdown for the Crusaders.
4:54 to go in the first half. Crusaders down 6-0. And they're going to have to get 6 yards to hit pay dirt here. The coaches are allowed in the huddle in this league. And don't forget, we got the 6th grade game coming up after this one. Young man you're going to want to watch in years to come by the name of Seth Cook will be one that'll be playing in that game that you're going to want to watch. Man in motion left. Here's the throw. Got a man out there, and it's tipped up. And incomplete. That tight end was wide open.
Just not able to get it up over the defender enough. But it's not all bad, Russ. You're at 4:23 left to go in the half, and you're down 6 points, but that's better than a punt, actually. And, of course, you didn't get the points out of the drive, and we kind of stalled, and the holding call hurt us. But let's see if they can get the turnover here and then get the ball back before halftime.
Well, and this will be the second time we've seen this defense out on the field for First Pres, and the last time they gave up the 70-yard run. So we'll see. And as John Andrew was telling us, they've got kids moving in and out on this defense. So if you're in on that defense now for First Pres, you may not have been in on that first series.
That's correct. Kind of interesting sidebar here, Russ. I had to have a little procedure done a couple of weeks ago, a medical procedure, and the guy that's the head coach for MRA put me to sleep.
That is interesting. That's basically after the prep played them. That's really interesting.
Interesting formation. They run a quarterback sneak. They had 4 wide receivers, no backs in the backfield, and run a quarterback sneak just trying to inch it out of there. I don't think MRA with a 6-point lead, I don't think they'll get real aggressive down here. So First Pres just need to play assignment football, stay in their lanes, funnel everything inside, and just make the plays.
Like George Pittman on the tackle for First Pres that time, and he had help from Thomas Watson, who also doubles as a nose guard, and Shelby Stovall, who was a offensive end on offense, is playing defensive tackle. And they got guys moved around on this defense. Let's see what happens here. 2nd down and 4. MRA leads it by 6 with 3:37 to go.
Snap.
Bad snap goes back, and the quarterback going to get it. And the Crusaders are there. And down he goes for a loss on the play. And, Justin, it looked like that the quarterback wasn't ready for the snap, and it went over his head.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd say that he was ready. It just went over his head, and then, the floodgates coming through there. He was lucky that he was able to get it back because he had Crusaders coming after him.
That's right, and it was almost either a touchdown by the Crusaders or at least a safety, but he was able to get it out back to about the what amounts to be about the 6-yard line. So you got 3rd down and almost 11 yards to go, MRA.
Like number 44 on that last tackle, Eli Birch, along with number 42, Benjamin Bays on that last tackle. Here's a high snap. They're going to hand it off coming around.
They scored on speed sweep.
Oh, a good tackle from behind. Good pursuit by the Crusaders. It's like number 58, Harry McHenry, on the tackle for the Crusaders. Let's look at it again on the replay, William.
Yep, they ran the speed sweep that they scored on, except to the right side this time. And good job by First Pres staying at home. And the clock is stopped at 2:35. Now 4th down and about 8 yards to go for MRA, and certainly they're going to punt here.
So you have to make that decision as to whether you're going to go for it or if you want to punt, it'll go up 30 yards to the 30-yard line.
Right. I don't really understand why they stopped the clock here at 2:35. Because, they tackled him in bounds, and I think MRA was actually trying to just stay in the huddle. That's one of the little gamesmanship things that you do in this league is you stay in the huddle as long as you can until you make the decision to punt.
So First Pres will go back on offense now, and they'll have 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, if they can get some points on this drive, Russ, they get the ball coming out of the second half.
So let's see what they can come up with. They've run the sweep play with success here in this first half. They're led by quarterback Will Purvis. He'll break the huddle. MRA leading 6-0, 2:25 to play in the first half. Out of the shotgun for Purvis. Wide out to the right side. Man in motion now comes to the right. Here's the snap. Purvis calls his own number and takes it down to the 45-yard line for a gain of about 4. Now, that's one of those situations, had he bounced to the outside, looked like they had the outside sealed off.
Well, Russ, you notice they were in the Wildcat formation that time. They were set at the line of scrimmage. He taps them back on the side to make him set to lead the block. And these are fifth graders that are doing this.
Here we go. Second down. We'll call it 6. He'll hand it off. Nice hole on the left side. Good run.
Going to be close, maybe about a yard and a half short of the first down.
Yeah, Justin, I think he had to get to the 39 or 38. Where's that stick at over there? I know he got across the 40.
He had to get to the 38-yard line, Russ.
All right, so he's 2 yards shy. Third down and 2. Eye backfield, straight ahead run. Nice run, first down.
Looked like there was a horse collar in there, but no flags were thrown.
And getting up after carrying the football is Will Gibbs. Here's the instant replay. You're right. They look like he kind of gathered his hand around his helmet and brought him down.
Clock starts back. They wind it.
1st and 10 for First Pres. Toss pitch. Trying to get to the outside. They seal it off. He tries to cut inside and got about a yard. Good pursuit that time by MRA defensively.
Timeout, First Pres. They'll talk about it. 1:16 left to go in the half. The Crusaders with the ball at the 37-yard line, 36.5-yard line of MRA.
You know, when we were talking about the coaches and you called out their names, these are volunteer coaches. These are guys that give up their time to come out here, and who knows, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 7 years from now, you're going to see some of these names, some of these kids on this football field for prep or MRA or, you know, around the city. And it all starts here, and these coaches, you just got to tip your hat to them.
Well, Russ, you do have some kids that go to other schools besides prep, but basically First Pres has been the feeder school historically for Jackson Prep. But you've had guys that have coached First Pres over here, and I'll throw out some names for you. You've had Fred Perrette, Dr. George May, Dr. Greg Wood, Buddy Bartling, Chan McLeod, Doug Garland, Kennedy Griffin. And you got current coaches now that we've called the blue team, but the white team coaches are Brian Fugler, Preston Dowell, Andrew Jones, and Andreas Wallace.
Doug Garland's coached on this staff?
He did.
How about that?
And John Andrew Griffin, who's my brother, then runs the program. He's a commissioner. But he's been doing this 18 years. His first year was my son Kennedy's 6th grade year.
How about that? All right, 2nd down and 9 for the Crusaders. Play action pass, rolling, throwing, catching, and a short gain as MRA comes up and puts the stopper on Eli Birch after he received the ball. But I really liked the style of which Purvis ran the play, and Eli Birch gathers it in, but it's a short gain. It's 3rd down and about 8 now with 35 seconds to go. Swinging left, cutting inside of a block, and inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Picked up about 8 yards on the carry. It'll be 4th down and about 3 yards to go, and First Pres calls another timeout.
Look at this on the replay here. That's a nice cut back against the grain that time.
Well, they weren't having much luck throwing the football right now. They're kind of looking for that, so they run the speed sweep again, which they've had some success with, and I look for them to run that a little bit more in the second half.
Justin will be talking with John Andrew Griffin And then at halftime, we got a special guest, Joel Waters. Everybody associated with this program pretty much knows Joel. And he'll be in here to talk with us at the half. Gary Herring's going to be, I think, going to join us at the half of the 6th grade game.
Got a full house tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm bringing everybody.
Great crowd, too, by the way.
Great crowd.
If you're out and about or not doing anything, you ought to come out and watch this, folks. This is inspiring to me to come out and watch these young men out on the field. And, you know, they're just getting into the game. They're just learning about it. Some of them, in 2 years, they won't be playing anymore.
That's right.
But they've had a dose of it, and they figure out whether they like it or not.
Well, and William, we may see someone on the offensive line tonight at left guard that may be a tailback in 6th grade because of the change between a kid between 5th and 6th grade.
Well, you do, and you've seen some really good athletes come out of this program. A lot of them have gone on to play Division I football.
All right, they're going to call the quarterback will call his own number, Will Purvis, and it will be stopped after about a yard gain. Justin, where does he have to move the ball to, and where is it exactly? Where are they going to set it down?
Brings up 4th down.
It's going to bring up 4th down. Where'd Justin go? He's down there somewhere. Oh, okay. I see Mike Manning. He's getting us that sideline shot.
He went to the other side.
Yeah, there you go.
To grab the interview.
There you go. Thank you, Mike. That's Mike's hand gesture there telling us what's going on. All right, so
Is
your mic working over there, Justin?
Yeah, it's the balls. They're sitting it down at the 32. He's got to get to the.
Well, they're going to give it up on downs.
Yeah.
Okay, MRA's got the ball first down the other way.
Well, there's only 35 seconds left to go, but you don't want to give up anything cheap here. 6-0, MRA leads it. But, Wim, as you mentioned, First Pres will get it to start the second half. Ball rolls back to the quarterback, and he'll turn the corner and slips a tackle, slips another tackle, and First Pres there in mass for the tackle after a gain of 2.
All of that for a gain of 2.
And
timeout is called.
Well, you like to see that angle pursuit to the football.
First Pres is doing a really good job and of getting to the ball. And Casey Younger's the defensive coordinator, and Jason Brooks. He and Casey work these kids, and I'm telling you, those boys. Of course, Jason was an outstanding player here at Jackson Prep as an offensive lineman primarily, and some defensive line, but primarily an offensive lineman, and been successful after he's gotten out of college. And of course, Casey is an attorney here in town and had a wonderful college career. Made first team All-American 2 years in a row at Millsap. So these kids are getting coached by many guys that have played at the college level, and not many of these programs have the wannabe daddies that are coaching them like a lot of the other guys are.
Right. I know Jason Brooks working for Bancorp South as a loan officer here in town.
I wonder if he's lending today. I need some.
I hit him up last week. I don't know if he's got any money left. All right, here we go. Second down for MRA. They'll have 3 receivers to the left. Here comes the pressure. He's going to roll. Crusaders coming up on defense, and they'll push him out of bounds.
11 seconds left to go on the clock. Close to the first down.
Good angle pursuit that time by Chambers Maloof. Watch it on the instant replay, William. 24 come to the right of your screen, and he's just going to chase and finally get him out of bounds. Here he comes.
Yep, gets him out of bounds right there at about the 38-yard line. So it'll be first down MRA at their own 38. 11 seconds left to go on the clock.
MRA having a tough time with that snap back to the quarterback. It's rolled back to him.
Well, they've snapped one over his head. Then they're fortunate that Jackson or First Pres, not Jackson Prep. So we're so used to doing that on Friday nights.
Just a carryover.
And Wednesday night. And by the way, we'll be on the air with Prep Talk tomorrow night.
That's right.
At 7:30 from Lost Pizza. We want to invite everybody to come out to that.
By the way, Justin will be grabbing the head coach over there at First Pres as they go off the field.
Run a little stack formation to the left. Going to run the inside sweep. And
good defensive play. Boy, I tell you what, who stacked that deal up was Eli Birch. Birch came in there and just kind of stood everybody up. And watch, we're going to take a look at it again on the instant replay. Look at Birch come in there and just kind of stack everybody up. And finally, the Crusaders roll up. And Justin, let us know when you're ready to go with your interview down there. As MRA will go into the locker room, leading 6-0 here at the half, the 5th grade championship.
That's what I thought.
And as we come to the end of the first half, both teams going to take about a 5-minute breather, I think. Yeah. There we go. Justin down there with the commissioner, John Andrew Griffin. Justin, take it away.
Okay, Russ, we're here with John Andrew Griffin, the athletic director of the football here for First Pres. And John Andrew, you're starting your 18th year around this program. Just talk about what it means for you here and being involved in this program for so long.
Well, First Presbyterian Day School has just been an unbelievable experience for me, not only as being a part of the athletics, the football mainly is what I do, but also, I've had children that have gone there, and, the school has just been a fantastic influence on so many kids throughout the community, and it's one of the schools that's really the major school that feeds Jackson Prep here. So, we play here our games on the home field here, and it's been something, being a former player in high school and college and playing at the next level, you realize that, it's not out of your system. You want to sometimes, get back in the uniform. And you're not able to do that, obviously, but being able to get back and give back to the community, give back to the school, and teach these kids, the right way to play this game. It's a violent game, even in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. You get guys that can really play, and it's a dangerous game. But what we've tried to do at First Pres is we've tried to surround our kids with the right coaching staff, guys that have played at the next level. We kind of take the daddy factor out of it, if you know what I mean, to get guys that really know what they're doing and be able to teach this game right. And, I think we've done a great job in the 18 years that I've been here. Mr. Herring, the headmaster at First Pres, has really kind of given me the reins to develop this program, and we've done a great job. And, guys that have gone on before, some of the first classes that I've had, all those guys are out of college now and got families, and guys that, my nephew, Kennedy Griffin, was one of the first players that I coached back when he was in school. Now he's gone, but he came back and helped me for about 6 years and won a couple of championships in the 5th and 6th grade. So, he was a real big influence on a lot of the kids that are there now. A lot of the kids that are there at Jackson Prep right now, and some of the other schools around town, they're seniors in high school now. So, it's been fun to watch those kids develop.
Right. Just one last little thing here. As something that was talked about in the pregame, y'all do like a little tryout where y'all try to divide the kids up. So I guess talk about how many teams you have over there at First Pres.
Well, we have normally we have 2 teams per grade, 2 5th grades and 2 6th grades, and we'll divide it up in a white team and a blue team for obvious reasons. And we've had about normally our classes run about 47 to 52 kids per grade. And so when you have that many, it's hard. You can't have one team. Well, that's a hard thing for our kids to have to play in games like this, because we're playing with a split squad. It's not we've done pretty well with those split squads, but we have an opportunity at First Pres to give kids the opportunity that want to play. We're just not going to play the best kids. We separate the kids. We have pretty much a tryout for about a week to 10 days. And we try to evaluate the talent and try to separate them as close to equal as possible. You're going to miss out on some kids. You always do. But then you're going to have some kids that you thought, well, maybe he's a little bit, maybe the one of the weaker links. And all of a sudden he develops about, second or third game of the season. And you go, wow, this kid's really going to be something special. Okay. So when they're at First Pres, unlike what they're at MRA, the team that we're playing tonight, the MRA guys have played before. They played in the 4th grade. Some of them may have played even some football in Madison at the Madison League, but our guys, they start out. We don't have a 4th grade team, 4th grade program. So they start out. So what you're seeing tonight is basically their first year, their first, 3 months of football, and we're capping it off in the championship game. So, hats off to my staff. Ferris Brown does a fantastic job. Casey Younger, another guy, played at MC, and also Jason Brooks, who's another former pupil of mine that has come through the ranks, and he's working, and got a family now, but he's come back to be a part of this organization, and we're very proud of our staff.
Okay, Russ, you heard about what's going on with First Pres football here, and just congratulations to them for being here, and I'm going to send it back up to y'all.
Thank you, Justin. Good job. And joining me now is Swayze Waters, who we mentioned a moment ago, Swayze, that
I'm Joel. So
I'm Swayze. I've got Swayze on the mind. Joel is with us here. Swayze played in this game as an offensive lineman, and now he's punting for the Toronto Argonauts in the CFL. You've got to feel good about that.
Oh, look, I tell you, it all began. Buddy Bartling had, I think he was out here a good bit at that time, it's where a lot of kids' careers start. They learn the basics. They learned about sportsmanship, teamwork, and it certainly carried on. It was a great start. He didn't play on the line too much. He eventually moved him around. But, it's kind of like herding cats when you're out there. You got all these kids. But we still have fun. Matter of fact, there's one picture of Swayze playing ball in his room. And it was when he was at First
Pres.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what, Joel? I mean, you think back to these days. Even when you're kicking in the CFL and getting paid to kick, you think back to when it started for you.
Oh, this is, you know what? It doesn't get any funner than this. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah. I remember it was fun for you because I got to coach when you were around.
I was going to bring that up. Russ was actually my coach in the 5th grade at YMCA.
That's right. Made him what he is today.
Gray White football, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Gray White football. And you know what? This actually takes Gray White football to another level because these guys are playing for a championship, and they're pretty serious about what they're doing. And gosh, a big tip of the hat to Swayze. Do you think he'll get CFL Player of the Year?
He's got to finish strong. He's leading in all the categories right now, so he's been blessed, and hey, just got to finish strong.
All right, Joel Waters, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
All right, gonna let William join me now, and here comes First Pres. They will handle the ball first, and they will try the speed play to the right, and there's nowhere to go as MRA smells it out and drops Will Purvis on the carry. Maybe got a yard. Maybe. 5:43, just opening quarter here. The opening clock in the third. 6-0 MRA. There have been 2 passes attempted by the Crusaders. Both of them tipped away. But I thought the second one was a really well thrown ball. Crusaders taking a long time in that huddle. And here they come. Crusaders in white, trimmed in light blue. MRA in dark blue, trimmed in red and white. Man in motion right. They'll fake it to him, and a nice hole up the middle.
Had to be a face mask in there.
Ooh, boy, they whipped him around. Justin, it looked like may have got a piece of the face mask there.
Yeah, I think it was a face mask. It just went uncalled because it was, as you see, it was a cluster there, and it just didn't get noticed by the ref.
Well, that was Will Gibbs on the carry. 6-0, MRA leading, and it's going to be, 3rd down and about 4?
3rd and 4. Big play for the Crusaders. You want to get some first downs and try to get down there and get some points. They go to the shotgun. Here's a speed play. They fake it. Going around to the right-hand side. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down and more. Down the sideline.
Oh, he's got some room.
He could go all the way. He cuts it back. Knocked down at the 27-yard line. Great job there by quarterback Will Purvis.
Boy, he just took off down the sideline, and Justin, once he turned the corner, wasn't anybody stopping him.
No, he wasn't, Russ. And I think if he could have stayed outside a little bit, he would have been gone there.
I do too. He turned on a little afterburner there.
Yeah, he did. He showed good speed right there.
Well, MRA had seen that speed sweep in the first half, and they sat on it, but they faked the speed sweep, and the quarterback kept it around to the opposite side, and they were able to pick up great blocking and a nice gain there by the Crusaders.
1st and goal to go. He'll hand it off right side. Good blocking up front by First Pres.
Looks like pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the carry.
Justin, can they get a first down without going in?
Yeah, Russ, they can get one, and it looks like he can get one right here at about the, I'm going to say the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Well, we got another MRA player down on the field. Looked like he got turned around on the play. Give us a chance to remind you of the 6th grade championship coming up right behind this one on Friday night underthelights.com. If you know anyone that has some kids playing out here tonight, or like William said, if you just want to see some really good football by 2 young teams, you can go to fnutl.com, or you can just come on out to the game itself. You can watch it on your phone or on your tablet or whatever. Beautiful night here in Flowood.
Yeah, good thing it's tonight and not tomorrow. Looks like a little bit of rain coming in.
Yeah, did you see the low?
Going to get colder.
Yep. I don't know, but if it's all the same to you, I wouldn't mind a little cold weather. It's been hot this week.
It has been, especially it seemed even more hot because we had a cold snap, for the last week or 10 days, and then it warmed up. But we need a little rain, quite honestly. It's dry around here.
It's very, very dry. Very dry. All right, that young man's going to get up. He's going to be all right.
Up and at him. Crowd gives him a hand as he comes to the sideline.
Good crowd tonight, too.
Excellent. Got a lot of people on both sides of the football field. The First Pres Crusaders 5th grade team is on the visiting side tonight.
How about that? All right, they will break the huddle. It'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 5 for the Crusaders at the MRA 23-yard line. Out of the shotgun, and a whistle.
I believe they're going to get an illegal procedure. It looked like maybe the fullback maybe jumped, but I didn't see him come out of his stance.
I didn't either.
You are allowed to raise up, but apparently they saw somebody in the offensive line moved, backs it up 5, makes it 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Crusaders.
And William, there may be some people out there going, oh, come on, let them play. But you know what? This is where you're learning the game.
Exactly.
And if an illegal procedure is the same here as it is Friday night for prep against Oak Forest, it's illegal procedure.
Which is a big game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a salty group coming in here Friday night, that Oak Forest group.
Well, they have a very good football team. Jason Bradham's the coach down there, and you're going to see a rock'em sock'em hard-nosed football game.
Here's the handoff right side to Will Gibbs and a nice run. Boy, William, who's on that right side of the offensive line over there?
It's Chase Galloway, the center, Thomas Watson, and George Pittman, and they're just caving them in on that side. They found a little soft place. Let's see if they can get it down in there and get some points on this drive, because they'll just about kill the quarter on this drive with 2:23 left to go in the quarter and being down 6-0 to MRA.
3rd down, we'll call it a short 5 or a long 4. Take your pick. Purvis turns, hands off. Gibbs, same play. You're right, William. They have found something they like down there. And, Justin, I think that may be good enough for a first down. What do you think?
It's going to be close, Russ. I want to see if they're going to come for a measurement. And it looks like he got it.
Yep, he did. It'll be now. It's going to be 1st and goal now. Yep.
Yes, 1st and goal.
At what amounts to the 8-yard line.
Yeah. Good hard running by Will Gibbs for the Crusaders. They can tie the football game up with a touchdown.
Let's see if MRA adjusts off of their left side, our right side, running the power play, or whether First Pres goes to a little bit different play scheme.
One wide out to the left for the Crusaders. They'll
bootleg.
Fake it. It's a bootleg, and a nice play called. Trying to get to the outside is Purvis, and MRA comes up and makes a nice stop.
Gets it down to about the 5-yard line.
Boy, William, I don't know if you were watching it on the monitor, but that time Will Purvis handling that football with one hand. He sold the play that was going the opposite direction, and it turned it into a nice run.
Great job there by Hayden McLeod and Blake Martin on the left side. Shelby Stovall and Benjamin Bays also is playing tight end in there.
So it will be 2nd and goal.
At about the 5.5-yard line.
This is where we saw the Crusaders pull up and throw the football in the first half. Man in motion left. Purvis calls his own number, trying to follow the block on the left side, and he's down close but not in. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this is the second time they've been down in the red zone. Got to get points now because you're fixing to run the quarter out. You may not get the ball back.
That's right. I mean, they could take the whole 6-minute quarters. They could just generate a drive, and unless you stop them.
Well, that's exactly what First Pres has done. They've taken the ball in the second half, and they've killed the whole quarter. You're going to run out of time here. You're going to start this next play in the fourth quarter, I think.
Well, they're going to let the clock run out. They're going to say, we want the ball in the fourth quarter, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter of play with your score, MRA 6 and First Presbyterian Day School nothing. We'll take a timeout and be back with the fourth and final quarter in a moment.
In this day and age, so many parents have questions about education for their K through 6th graders. Should I homeschool or public school or even look at a Christian school? First Presbyterian Day School in Jackson will not only answer those questions, but you'll see that the heart of every child matters. The moment you walk in the door, you'll see uniformed students, well-equipped classrooms with just the right amount of classmates, teachers who love what they do and greet each child daily with a smile. Add to this a state-of-the-art science lab where your child will be challenged mentally while receiving the much-needed exercise time in the newly renovated outside playground and in the newly renovated gymnasium. Come see First Presbyterian Day School and see why so many parents depend on classes from the ABCs to Bible classes to a library that encourages learning. First Presbyterian Day School, conveniently located at 1390 North State Street in Jackson, where the heart of every child matters.
We start the fourth quarter of play. Russ Robinson along with William Griffin, Justin Smith, and Mike Manning down on the carpet tonight. And First Pres Day School is behind in this ball game 6-0, but close to pay dirt. Let's see if they can hit it here.
As Jack Crystal used to say, knocking on the door.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
Those were the days.
Yes, they were. I still say his best line ever was the Sonic drive of the day when he said, "It is when I get in my car and drive to Tupelo. This has not been good." He was a great one, an icon. Here we go, 4th down. And it's a fake. They're going to take it right up the middle, and, I think MRA was there.
They are. Is going to be short, going to be about 4th and goal at about the 2-yard line.
Boy, Justin, it really looked like MRA adjusted nicely and came up and stopped that run that time.
Yeah, Russ, it was a nice little hole there, and then it just came up and it closed quick on him because it looked like the running back was supposed to get in for the score.
I thought so, too. That hole was there, and then they shut it.
So we're in the fourth quarter here. MRA up 6-0. The Crusaders knocking on the door with a 4th and goal at about the 2.5, 3-yard line of MRA. Needing a score to tie it up and an extra point to go ahead.
Won't be a long time in between games, so stick around for the 6th grade game, which is coming up. 4th and goal for the Crusaders. Power eye right. Purvis rolling. Purvis has got some room. He throws. He's all alone. Touchdown!
They called him out of bounds. Went out the back of the end zone.
Oh, he was just standing on the line. See, now that's a situation where he looked at the end zone and thought it was the end zone.
Well, that's exactly what happened, Russ, because he had plenty of time to get set out there. Just a bad break for the Crusaders there. Had a touchdown made, but just positioned himself just because of the shorter field. That's the whole difference right there.
Yeah, and, Justin, I can assume that when he went in to what he thought was the end zone, it was the prep end zone he was in.
Yeah, Russ. He just thought that he had to get to the blue for the score.
Yep.
I mean, just hate it for the kid because he just made a play for his team, and that could have possibly, could have been the decisive thing in this game. But, just hate it for him. But, hey, you still got to play defense. You got 4:55 to play. Maybe you can get this ball back and get down there one more time.
Well, and they've snapped the ball mighty bad tonight, so you may get a turnover as well.
1st and 10 for MRA after the Crusaders can't convert, and it's the quarterback, and he is going to be hit and wrapped up. Good pursuit by First Pres.
Matt Bourne and George Pittman combined.
George Pittman on the tackle.
And Matt Bourne as well.
You know, there's some kids, William, that we've seen over the years at prep, and we've commented, you got guys like Camp Gary that just look like football players. I mean, and you're even seeing it down here at this age, the way they handle themselves, the swagger they walk with. You just look at them and know. We got a young man coming up in the next ball game that I saw last year with that swagger, and his name was Seth Cook. We're going to see him a little bit, and we're going to see him a lot in the 6th grade game.
He's got pretty good lineage.
Yeah. Joseph.
Yes.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 9.
I think the guard pulled out too quick.
And they got a good defensive play by the Crusaders.
Almost had him for a safety.
Yep.
Got a hurt MRA player down there. Need to get that clock stopped.
And it's rolling with 3:45 to go, and now the official says, nope, hold it right here. Look like, well, they're going to see it on the replay there. Who's 75 for the Crusaders?
I don't know, but Eli Birch, number 44, is the one that just planted his guy, MRA. They faked the speed sweep and went back around, and number 3 for MRA was shaken up, but he's okay now. Everybody gives him a hand.
You know, they're hitting down there.
Yeah, these boys don't play. Look, if they don't hit, Coach Munger will be all over them.
Yeah, he hit a few people in his lifetime.
And by the way, my son Kennedy Griffin, who coached here for 6 or 7 years as well till he moved to Chattanooga, is listening and watching tonight.
Oh, good.
Coach Munger asked me to tell you, Kennedy, to send him some plays.
I bet he could. All right, here we go. 3rd down.
Quarterback keeper.
Yep, and here come the Crusaders and hit him
They hold
straight up. They hold him.
So bring up 4th down and about 9 yards to go for MRA.
And, Justin, that's what you were talking about, was to get the stop and get the ball back.
And more importantly, First Pres uses one of their timeouts wisely. Now they'll get the ball back with 3:04. Good job there, boy. I tell you
75?
What, number 75, Blake Martin. Boy, that's the way you taught to do it. Now, Coach Munger will take the credit for that one. He fought him off. He squared him up and got rid of him and tackled.
So now First Pres will get their hands on the ball. In plenty of time, 3:04. They're down 6-0 in this game.
First Pres has had the ball on the MRA side of the 50 all night long, just has not been able to punch it in. Scored what appeared to be at least the tying touchdown on the last possession, and was not able to get the ball in. Now the clock has started.
I'll tell you, Chase Galloway's a good-looking kid, isn't he?
Yeah, it's son of Charles Galloway. Clock running.
Less than 3 minutes to go. Let's see what First Pres does here. I formation, one wide out to the right for the Crusaders. They'll hand it off right side, and it'll be Will Gibbs running the football. Picks up 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. And, Justin, it appears from here that the First Pres offensive line is firing off the football pretty well.
Yeah, they are, Russ. They're having their way with the MRA defensive front there. Just getting the blocks in there, just driving them and giving the running backs the hole is there, and he's hitting it, and he's getting 5 yards. I mean, you can't really ask for nothing much better than that.
Well, the Patriots pick up 5, as you mentioned. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at the MRA 41. One wide out to the left, man in motion right. They're going to swing it wide on the quarterback keeper. And he'll take it back toward the middle of the field, and it looks like it's going to lose some yardage on the play.
Little loss there. Clock under 2 minutes.
You got to get your team in that huddle, then get them back. Looks like we got another MRA player down on the grass.
Time's being called. Well, I tell you what, they've had a lot of kids go down tonight.
They have. This is like the 4th one. Yeah, I'm telling you what, when you get spun around at this age and hit, you remember it. I remember I remember the first trap play I was ever involved in. Coach,
were you the trap or the trappee?
I was the trappee. And they kept telling us, and we'd say, Coach, what is a trap play? And he'd say, well, when you keep hitting your man, you keep hitting your man, you keep hitting your man, and then on the next play you go across and nobody's there, turn around quick.
Keep your head on a swivel is what they used to tell us.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it's a lot of times, you hope that all of these young men enjoy it.
Yeah.
And have fun with it, and that's what it's here to do. The real serious ball comes later, but this is serious because if you win, it's a lot more fun. This deal where everybody gets a trophy just doesn't work for me. Call me politically incorrect or whatever you want to, but it just doesn't work for me. And I don't think it teaches the kids anything.
No.
Quite honestly.
No.
If everybody's going to get the trophy, what's the point of
What's
playing?
the championship?
Let's just give them all and let's move on to something else. They don't do that in the workplace.
I've never known it that happen.
Nobody has offered to give me anything like that.
Third down and about 8 now for the Crusaders. They're going to come up big time here. The ball resting on the 43 of MRA. Crusaders down 6-0 with a minute and a half to play in the ball game. Purvis in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. Wants to throw it, cuts inside and faked it again and turns it up the field. Trying to get to the outside is going to be pulled down.
He'll be tackled in bounds. Clock will continue to run at 1:20.
He wanted to throw that ball.
Yeah, they had the halfback pass, and they actually had him open, but he couldn't quite pull it up to be able to release the ball down the field. So the Crusaders will be facing a 4th down and about 7 yards to go. This will be the ball game.
Yep, it will be. And the 6th grade game will follow very quickly after this. And while they're
another MRA Patriot is down over there on the
I was wondering what that was.
First Pres sideline.
Yeah.
Well, First Pres doesn't have to take.
Hey, Mr. William.
Yes, sir.
Can we petition for something? You talking about stuff people giving stuff at work. My boss is sitting right up there to you. Can we petition for something? And even you as being on that prep broadcast, I think you need to be in position for something.
Well, we can petition. We don't know whether we'll receive, but we can petition all you want to.
Everybody wants a slice of the pie. Justin's still wanting us to get that snack bar on the Honesty Plan. You remember that one that came out years ago?
Right.
Yeah. And all the snacks were gone. There was nothing in the cup.
Well, I tell you what I really miss is back in the old days at another station when we used to do the prep talk and the Millsaps coach's show, Coach Dubose' show back to back, and we had a certain pizza company around town that would come in and they would bring about 8 pizzas.
Cheeseburger pizza?
No, the steak pizza.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, Mr. William,
sir.
As which y'all get to be there Wednesday night, but Lost Pizza, you can come join us at Friday Night on Lights. Friday night, and Lost Pizza is actually gonna make delivery to Finettle for us Friday night, as y'all be there for the prep talk on Wednesday night.
I tell you what, we have really enjoyed that venue this year. It's perfect for our fans and for the broadcast and getting everything set up. We've got, we hook into their TVs and their sound system there. The fans have a great time. But more importantly, the food is outstanding.
Yeah, I know Justin's enjoying, and Chris Saxon enjoy the wings, I think, a good bit every week. And I get the Popeye. Man, it's an outstanding. It's that chicken and spinach with this. Ooh, it's good. Ooh, it's good.
Well, when I walk in the door, the lady says, "I know what you want. I'll have it ready at 10 after the show."
Yeah,
10 minutes after
order.
the show.
Standing order. All right, now the Crusaders, the MRA player helped off the field and got off the field on his own power. Crusaders have a 4th down. Here's your ball game.
Right here, the Crusaders come to the line of scrimmage, got to come up with something special, or the game will probably be over with 1:17 left to go.
Man in motion left. They want to throw the football, and it's knocked down. Threw it into some coverage.
Yep, had a crossing route, a post route drawn up. Throws it there, but linebacker or safety dropped off into coverage, was able to step in front of it. And provided MRA doesn't fumble the ball on the snap, that should be the ball game.
So the Crusaders have had a couple of opportunities here in the second half. And the young man just was in the end zone, out of the end zone when he caught the ball.
That's just heartbreaking. But you know what, Russ? Of course, stranger things have happened. People fumble snaps and
do you
all
realize
kinds of
MRA has scored on the first play of the game, and offensively they've not done much since that time?
I don't think they've picked up another first down.
Well, they're going to go in the victory formation. And the official down there telling the boys, I don't know what he's telling them. Just not the overhit, I guess.
Yeah, they're just trying to get lined up. They'll take a snap.
And take a knee. And that should pretty much do it.
First Prez uses a
Well, they're
timeout.
going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Crusaders.
Well, they've got 2 left. According to the scoreboard, we're playing this one tonight at Jackson Prep. Beautiful facility here on Lakeland Drive.
And let's take this time, Russ, to thank Coach Will Crosby and Coach
Yes.
Ricky Black and Dr. Walton out here, Gerald Walton, that the head of school, for allowing First Prez to use this wonderful facility out here and host the championship series. This is the 3rd game we've had tonight. We'll have one more, so
Been a busy night.
It's an inconvenience to them, but we appreciate all that they've done and letting us use the facility.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Black's got his eyes on this game somewhere, wherever he is tonight. He may be watching on Funnel.com. Well, they'll just run straight up the middle.
Let's see if
I think they've got one more timeout at least.
I think not.
Nope. Clock continuing to move under a minute.
That'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
Let's go down to Justin.
Russ, I'm going to try to get a word with Coach Brown after the game and just to see what it means. Talk about the good season they had. And
I agree.
Just see what it means coaching this bunch of kids.
It's a good idea, Justin. I appreciate that. Appreciate Justin Smith and Mike Manning giving us these shots down on the field tonight, and Justin covering down there.
We're glad to have Justin out of the studio.
Justin's glad to be out of the studio as he raises his hands down there.
Yeah, he's walking that sideline like a caged tiger down there.
Oh, goodness. He bruised a few shoulder pads in his day when he played.
9 seconds left to go, clock counting down. I don't think MRA's got to take another snap.
Well, the quarterback will step up here, and that's your ball game. That is it. MRA will win the championship. They scored on the very first play of the game, and they made it stand up. And First Prez will lose this one tonight by a score of 6-0.
Well, it's too bad for the Crusaders because we actually scored a touchdown and had a chance to for sure tie it up. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, go ahead. And the way the defense played all night long, you had the feeling that you were going to be able to get the stops. But we just couldn't get the ball in when we had it in the red zone down there. When we did score the touchdown, our receiver unfortunately had stepped out of bounds or in the back of the what was the end zone. Let's go down to Justin.
Justin, who you got down there? Well, I think he's getting in position. He's talking to John Andrew, I think.
Yeah.
Is that John Andrew down there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's getting ready for Ferris Brown, the head coach.
They'll probably have their meeting there at midfield.
Fans direct your attention to the 35.
I'm going to get him as soon as they get through talking here with the team and presenting the trophies.
All right. So the championship trophy will go to MRA. The runner-up will go to First Prez.
And we'll get ready for the second game between the First Prez blue team, 6th grade, and St. Andrews.
St. Andrews, yeah.
The Saints. Them Saints.
Them things.
They wear bags over their head up there?
No, but they are in Dallas today. That was brutal.
What was all the brouhaha having Jerry Jones on the other night
my
for
goodness.
that? Are they trying to make him look good before he goes to court?
I guess he's going to run for president or something. I don't know. I mean, they've never talked to another GM on a Monday night ball game who's sitting in the suites.
Oh, they had him hooked up in the suites.
Oh yeah, they had his headphone. I had a headset on him in the suites.
I'll bet you what I got in my pocket, which isn't very much, by the way. I'll bet you that he has
set that up?
I bet he has his suite wired so they can interview him up there.
I thought about that.
Any takers?
No, I only do a sure thing, and that's a sure thing.
And the Crusaders run onto the field.
Yeah, the sixth graders ready to go.
But you see, Russ, as we watch them come onto the field, how much more physical these boys look than what the fifth graders look like.
Well, the Crusaders is going to be led by quarterback Thaxton Birch and tailback Seth Cook and number 40 Braden Mabry. He'll be the fullback, but you're going to want to keep an eye and an ear on Seth Cook from that tailback position. And, you know, these are young men that are going to be in the junior high system next year. So
that's right. Coach Brant Walker and Marcus Thompson. And
I think Justin's ready down on the field. Let's go down as he gets ready to do his interview, and let's go down to Justin Smith. Justin?
Hey, Russ, we got Coach Brown here, and I just want to say congratulations on the good season, Coach. And I just want to ask you, what does it mean coaching this bunch of kids here?
Well, you know what? I'm just really proud of our guys. You know, they've given their best effort the entire year. We came up a little bit short, but, you know, we're doing it to have fun and to improve and be good sportsmen. I think we accomplished that for sure.
All right, Coach, congratulations, and just go get and talk with your team there and get ready, I guess, for the next route with that move up here, and then come in, and good luck next year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you all for supporting us. Thank you.
All right, Russ, you heard it there, and just talk about this group of kids that he's got and what it is. And